The best piece of advice I have for someone trying to succeed in the film industry or any creative space is if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
One of the best to ever do it.
What is freedom? I think I stole this from Bob Dylan, but maybe I stole this from Woody Guthrie. Freedom for me is waking up in the morning and going to sleep at night, and in between doing exactly what I want to do. What's the secret to happiness? The secret to happiness is finding something you love and then doing that for the rest of your life.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Site Review Tuesday. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I want to say thank you for joining me. Now, here in a minute, we're going to get to reviewing one of your websites, and I do want to point out that while this has been pre-recorded, I'm hanging out in the chat, interacting with you guys live and answering your questions. Now, if you're interested in having your website reviewed, there's a link in the description below this video where you can submit your site. And in addition to getting a site review, I also offer a one-on-one session to each photographer who has had a site review done to help them answer any questions or assist in making any changes that they may want to make. Now, don't forget, we also live stream every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so I hope to see you there. Let's get into the site review.
Good afternoon, Zenfolians. Welcome to another Site Review Tuesday. This is Katie with Zenfolio Customer Support, bringing you another Zenfolio live site review. Today, we're going to be looking at Fred Watford's site. You can find Fred's site at fredwatford.zenfolio.com. To get us started, we're having a look here at Fred's homepage, and I'll go ahead and start this slideshow. I didn't want it to start before I had a chance to get started because I loved that initial slideshow image so much. As you can see, Fred has done a really wonderful job of using one of the built-in homepage layouts. These are specific to Zenfolio homepages, so while it won't carry over to other pages on your site, it is a great way to go ahead and give clients a really specific, even subconscious understanding of the aesthetic of the photographer. As you can see, Fred has curated his homepage with lots of really strong work samples. The first thing I noticed when pulling up the site was the really excellent first image that he had on his homepage slideshow. But as you can see, as we go through this slideshow, we've got lots of really beautiful images coming at us, and we're not so distracted by the site's layout. It's a nice, clean layout. We've got this overlay for the site menu over on the right side of the page. Very minimalist design, but I think it's a really effective homepage. Would love to know what you guys think of in chat. Also, would like to take this opportunity to remind everyone that while this site review has been pre-recorded, we're hanging out with you guys here in the YouTube chat and hope that you will let us know your thoughts and any compliments or comments that you might have as we make our way through Fred's site. Also want to take this opportunity to thank Fred for submitting his site for our review. And thank you to the whole YouTube community for joining us today on Site Review Tuesday. So again, as far as the homepage slideshow is concerned, we're looking at a clean contemporary layout on this homepage, an aesthetically pleasing theme with a strong slideshow, a great variety of images. These are strong work samples that demonstrate the range that Fred is able to accomplish in his work. And if you ask me, very effective homepage. So we're not dealing with too many site menu items here. That is something that I really like about this homepage. But let's go ahead and start digging into the other side of Fred's site. So the first site menu item from Fred's homepage is going to be the About page. You do always have the option of creating custom pages in Zenfolio, as many of you know, but I think that Fred has done a really wonderful job of using, in this case, the built-in About page, which all Zenfolio accounts get as part of the Zenfolio subscription. And with these built-in pages, there's not a huge amount of customization as far as places you can adjust the layout and lots of adjustments that you could make with the elements of the pages, as far as in the case of the About page, the About photo and About message. But I think that Fred has done a really nice job of using the simplicity of that page and bringing it to its most logical conclusion. Since Fred is using this very simple and understated theme with this very contemporary and clean looking layout, using this custom graphic that has the white background that's very tastefully edited. I love this custom graphic so much. The longer I look at it, the more effective it seems to be. I love that it has this continuation of the line all the way through to the bottom right hand corner, but then I don't know, I think this is a really nice little work of art to frame Fred in his natural environment. Speaking of environments, I love that the About page is the first site menu item because it immediately leads any potential clients to the knowledge that they need for whether Fred might be in their area or accessible to them. So first, hook them with those beautiful images on the homepage, then lead them straight into some very accessible, and brevity is the soul of wit, as Shakespeare always said. And while this is a brief About message, I think it's very effective. You immediately get information about where Fred is based, so you get an idea of whether Fred might be someone who's accessible to you in case you would like to hire him. The only thing that caused me any kind of, I won't call it grief, but one place that I saw where there might be an opportunity for improvement would be this "please reach out" link right here. So, as you might expect, please reach out leads to Fred's contact page. Oh, sounds like someone's taking out my trash. Sorry for the noise, but this please reach out link is link text, but because of the way the link is configured in Theme Designer, it doesn't really pop out to me. And I think it's a good idea to use color, especially with links, to draw attention to the fact that that is link text. And you can click on that to get to this contact page. But that's really the only, hopefully, constructive criticism I can offer for Fred on his About page. I do love the use of this very simple display name here in the header leading back to the home page and referencing also back to that home page. But I would also love to know what you guys think in chat. So how do you feel about taking a very clean and contemporary design and adding some color to this link text here? I would love to know what you think. We'll go ahead and move on to the gallery site menu item. Alright, so we're looking at Fred's photography group page. And we've got some really nice cover thumbnails here for the galleries that are contained on this page. Let's go ahead to architecture. Alright, so first thing I noticed is that we're not going to an architecture architecture gallery. We're in an architecture gallery, and I mean, obviously that became problematic for me in a vocabulary sense because I temporarily forgot what the correct word was for that term. But as you can see, Fred's done a really nice job of curating his images for these portfolio galleries, and I'll have the same feedback for each one of the galleries that are contained in the gallery group. So not only do we have really nicely curated, beautiful portfolio examples here, we've also got this fun title. And we've got a select photos button that doesn't really belong, so it might be a little frustrating for any clients or visitors who are trying to maybe select photos to indicate, hey, this is the image that I saw on your site that really works for me. Can we emulate this? Select photos is not going to work because downloading is not enabled and favorites aren't an option. So this is just kind of a dead button here, and that element can be hidden from the gallery thumbnails page. Another thing that is worth considering would be site navigation in the case of these galleries. So the issue at hand is that gallery leads to a group page, which then leads to this gallery thumbnails page. But then it's a little difficult to get back where you started, so one way of improving this would be either to enable the breadcrumbs for the gallery thumbnails page, or maybe do a drop-down menu from gallery that leads to the different genres. So let's go ahead and click on one of these images from the gallery thumbnails page. So we've got a pleasing layout, and it looks like some display images are struggling to load down here. Tisk tisk. That is our bad. But hopefully they'll wake up soon. There they are. As far as this gallery photos page, I really like the layout that's selected. It's very easy to navigate. But one thing that's worth considering is that if titles for the images are going to be shown, it would be a good idea to go back to that gallery and title these images with intent. Mention a little bit more information about the location, or at least give them a snappy title of some kind. But really effective and beautiful images. So we'll go in here to the Editorial Gallery, and it's going to be a similar story here as well. Very effective layout, a good number of images, but maybe we should just disable this Select Photos button. And as you guys can see, a little bit of difficulty with the navigation. Either you're having to click the back button multiple times in the browser or get back via the site menu. Just something to consider. Might be helpful for potential clients to not to have to rack their brain about how to get where they were before. But really beautiful work samples and well curated galleries, as you guys can see. We've also got a gallery of videos here so that Fred can advertise his video work, and I really like that these overlays are being used to communicate more information about the videos, but it might also be worth double checking the title and caption of the videos just so that information is not being repeated. We'll go on to Fred's contact page, which we've seen briefly before, but some helpful social media icons, more specific information about Fred's location, and the built-in contact page looks nice and clean and consistent with the rest of the site. So if you're in New York City, or I believe he said Pittsburgh? Let's see. It was somewhere in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh. I was right on the first try. If you're around New York or Pittsburgh, I don't know how many Zenfolio users necessarily need a photographer, but I would recommend Fred myself. Really beautiful work. Nice clean site. What do you guys think in chat? Is there just enough information on this site? Do you think that Fred is mysterious? I think Fred's mysterious. I want to know more about Fred, and maybe that's something for all of us to consider about our Zenfolio sites. It's so easy, the way the world is, to get overwhelmed with information that sometimes it's nice when someone will only show you what you need to know. But my curiosity is piqued. I'd love to know the story behind some of these images. There's so many little stories here. And so many fascinating places. And that's what we're all doing here on Site Review Tuesday. Taking a look, getting a glimpse at how someone is using Zenfolio's tools to brand themselves, get their work out there. And I think personally that Fred's done a really nice job of curating his content. So thank you all so much for joining us, and hope to see you next week.
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching that site review. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button and hit the little bell icon so you get notified when we post videos and when we go live. Now, if you're interested in having your site reviewed, there's a link in the description below this video where you can submit your website for that. And in addition to getting a site review, you're also going to get a link where you can schedule a session with me. We're going to go over your website, go over the review. I'll answer any questions that you have and help you make any changes that you're interested in making. So the link to sign up for that is in the description below this video. Now, don't forget Zenfolio Live coming up this Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you guys there. Until then, I hope you have a great week.